All right. Welcome back, citizens one and all. Back with more Ashes of Creation alpha discussion. If you are not up with the times here, verbal NDA has been released, which means we can talk about it. But today I'm going to talk about just some of my favorite things about the alpha. And we're going to start with the mage class. One of my favorite things so far was being able to play the mage. I only was able to play the mage. I wish I had also tried out the tank. The tank is a very, very strong class as well. But the mage, I had a lot of fun with it. Like, number one, the graphics, the abilities of the spells, everything about it was like, it was just so gorgeous. So it was one of my favorite parts. A lot of times with games like this, especially like MMO RPG type games, you don't get the cool stuff until end game. But to see like the graphics, the like the motions that the character went through, everything about it was really cool. Like, very detailed, looked cool, was fun to play. My favorite spell probably was the prismatic beam. That thing just racks. But meteor storm, I had a lot of fun with that too, gathering up things and like doing a lot of damage. But my absolute favorite spell was blink at the max level. I could just blink into an enemy and they'd drop dead. It was a lot of fun. That's my one of my top favorite things was playing the mage. So next up, we're gonna go to, I think, the villages. Let's see, on village. Yeah, so a village is a stage 3. We'll just read through this. It looked amazing. It was definitely elven in design and style. I did not get to do the caravan or anything, but I was able to explore the village. So a level 3 village, that's when you'll be able to go to the stable master and buy a horse. But I had a lot of fun seeing this, being able to explore the whole thing, seeing how many people are in and out of the village. Looking over the housing, I didn't make enough gold to buy one, but being able to see the housing and look over it was really cool. So this is one of the most talked about features, and to see it come to life within the node system was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see this go further. Very, very cool. Moving on. So next up, I'm going to talk about gathering. I got to experience gathering in a lot of ways. We did fishing, we did herbalism type stuff. Let's say we did fishing, herbalism, lumberjacking, and mining is what I was able to mess with. They're all very basic right now, but this game is absolutely a loot horse paradise. Look at these graphics, man. Every time. Love it. So yeah, so this is what I was able to do here. And as you can see here, this guy is fishing. Very cool. Now at this point in the game, this button's not here anymore. It's a little like twinkly, looty thing like you'd see in most MMOs. Like, yeah, there's the twinkles right there. So very cool. I really liked the gathering aspect of this game. Very, very fun. Another of my favorite things. Cannot wait to see it develop further. So next up, let's go on to world bosses. Talk about that. So at one point on the last day that I played, one of the devs, I think it was the main dev, Steven, gathered everybody to him. He just like world summoned everybody to his location. And we went and we fought a world boss. It was a dragon. There was a dragon. Very similar to looking to this one. It was very cool to see the world dragon fights. It was very cool to see like how big of an event it was in general. So this was really one of my favorite moments, seeing everybody come together again. Really gave me old school WoW vibes. I know we covered this in the podcast recently. It gave me old school WoW vibes. Very fun, very neat to see so many players come together. It mainly reminded me of the old school AQ events from like classic WoW. And AQ was some of my favorite stuff from that time frame. So very, very fun. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. And next up, we're going to jump to, I guess we're just going to talk about like the enemies, the mob types. There we go. So this was some of my favorite stuff. I saw a lot of enemies, a lot of different mobs within the game. As you can see, there's a lot of choices. Now the bears were tough. Those were fun to fight and very cool. I think my favorite thing to fight though, and I did see some trolls, not many, but like the detail on every single enemy is crazy. Yeah, so one of the bosses that my buddy Marcus and I fought was this guy, was the Suffering Wanderer. Looks so cool. Like the details are great. And these dropped a little bit better loot that we could then sell for money. But this is my favorite enemy was this thing, this flanger thing. It definitely reminds me of that fish in the ocean that holds the light there. And I'm assuming they got their inspiration from that. That's crazy, dude. Mimic flower. So I really, really loved all of these different mobs in the game. And those things hurt, man. These things hurt, like they hit really hard. Craziness. But I loved it. I did find a cave full of mushroom things at one point too. That's amazing. I can't wait till we can test that stuff out. That's gonna be good. But so all this stuff, all these mushrooms, everything. I loved the mobs. Great detail. So an interesting system that's in place currently, and I don't know if it's permanent or if it's going to change. There's different levels of fishing pole, so I was able to buy the level 1, like the basic fishing pole, then the intermediate. So, and it's like wood, iron, steel type of thing. So there's a process to how things go right now. It's more obvious with the pick. Now, I like this process, but I would like to see it develop a bit further. I think this is just placeholder right now more than anything. But it's artisan tools, require harvesting tools, fishing poles, mining pick. So the mining pick, like you had a basic like iron one, and then you had a steel and a diamond, and you could buy these. You couldn't make them that I could find in game currently, but you could buy these and just experiment with the different nodes. So I really like that. I like seeing the node system come to life in the sense that it placed more things lootable in the game, like the higher. So a level 3 village had way more things lootable than the level 2 expedition. So very cool. I really like that. I like the detail going into gathering currently, and I hope to see that continue to expand. I did see a lot of the races in the game. I do believe all 4 were playable. I saw some dwarves. I saw a lot of humans. So I'm liking where they're going with this. I'm hoping in the future they add more than just 4 playable races. I would love to see, like the orcs were cool. I don't know if I saw any orcs or not. I mainly saw humans and dwarves. So I'm hoping that in the future that this will expand, but I love it as it stood. So the architecture that we saw, because the one village we went to was very unique in style. It was, I guess it was elven, because it had a lot of just very unique elven style. This is cool, man. So yeah, I'm loving the detail within the races themselves. They've definitely created this whole world here that's just very, very unique. Yeah, so this is the style of the village that we were in, like very like elven. I call it elven in general, but very cool. So I really like this. I love seeing the classes and races that we were able to see, and I am very excited for more. I think it's really going to go places, but we're going to call it there. I've about talked through everything I've seen. Again, I only got to play for one day, about 5 hours. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Please do like and subscribe. And keep in mind, I will be keeping up with Ashes of Creation for the foreseeable future. So we're going to have a lot of this type of content on the channel going forward. So thanks again. Hope to see you in Ashes of Creation.